Archangel Michael says, something that was buried long ago is beginning to stir. A sealed inheritance from your grandfather's spirit is breaking through realms to reach you. The veil is thinning, and your destiny is waking up. You may not remember every story he told or every look he gave, but your soul has recorded his legacy. He knew the world wasn't ready for everything he carried. So he hid it, not from you, but for you. Now, the time has come. The clocks of heaven are aligning. And your name is echoing through a spiritual courtroom where angels gather to deliver what was promised. You are not imagining the strange feelings you've had lately. The goosebumps. The dreams. The pressure around your shoulders when you're alone, that's your spirit preparing for transfer. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There is an old box, perhaps covered in dust, that holds a trace of him. It's not the object that matters, it's the energy it holds. And when you touch it, something ancient will awaken inside of you. A woman in your family once said he took something to the grave. She didn't know how right she was. But what she didn't understand is that graves can't hold divine secrets forever. He marked you with his blessing before you were even born. In the quiet, he whispered your name into the stars. And the stars have waited patiently for your awakening. There's a place, possibly a drawer, an attic, or a storage room, where the energy is heavier. That's where a clue is. And soon, something will pull you there. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, the enemy tried many times to block this inheritance. Through confusion, through manipulation, through silence, but none of it could override what's written in the divine realm. You carry a spirit of restoration. What was stolen in his time will return in yours. It is not just about money, it is about honor, about names, and about justice being done in secret. Someone once mocked your grandfather behind his back. They thought his silence was weakness. But silence is where power often hides. He endured loss and betrayal. And in that pain, he prayed for someone in the bloodline who would be strong enough to carry the truth. That someone is you. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You may feel like giving up some days. But that's not because you're weak, it's because the weight you're feeling is ancestral. It's been passed down until now, waiting for the one who could lift it. This blessing will come with revelation. You will see people differently. The ones who dismissed you will be revealed as the ones who feared your light the most. Watch how suddenly people start speaking his name again. Not in slander, but in awe. Because the more your light rises, the more his truth shines. There is an envelope. A letter. A key. Something with your name, but not written by your hand. It's already on its way to you. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The blessing is not only spiritual, it is generational correction. What was done in shadows is now being undone by light. This is a shift beyond your control, and yet perfectly timed for your steps. Someone alive right now knows part of the truth. They've held back because they weren't sure you could handle it. But the divine has placed pressure on their soul. They won't sleep well until they speak. And when they do, your heart will confirm what your spirit always knew deep down. That you were not just chosen, you were prepared. You were prepared in the dark. In the struggle. In the loneliness. In every silent room you cried in without anyone knowing. Your grandfather saw every tear from beyond. Type Amen to get blessing 777. An old photograph will come back into your life. It may fall from a book or be sent by someone unexpectedly. But in that photo is more than memory, it's prophecy. Look at the eyes in that photo. Look closely. What you'll feel is not nostalgia, it's connection. Spiritual energy never dies. You have passed the tests. Even when you didn't know there were tests. Your spirit stayed pure while others sold themselves for comfort. There is a name that will rise again because of you, His name. Your rise is not just about you, it is about completing a spiritual cycle that started before your time. Type Amen to get blessing 818. You may be feeling chills right now. That's not coincidence. That's your body responding to this sacred unveiling. Your DNA is waking up to its divine thread. Archangel Michael says, you are divinely protected in this hour. Forces have tried to interrupt this moment, but they have failed. Their weapons will not prosper against your legacy. There is a family member who will pretend to be happy for you, but inside they are afraid. Because if you rise, their lies fall apart. Stay kind, but guarded. Do not share this message with just anyone. Some ears were never meant to hear divine plans. Hold your peace until the right moment. Type Amen to get blessing 999. A friend or stranger will mention something connected to your grandfather without knowing the full meaning. Listen carefully. That moment is being orchestrated. You will walk into a place soon and feel déjà vu. It's not memory, it's alignment. You are retracing his steps and fulfilling his unfinished story. Your grandfather made sacrifices you don't even know about. He protected something sacred from falling into the wrong hands. And now, you are the answer to his final wish. He asked God to let someone find what was hidden, when the time was right. That time is now. And you are being positioned to uncover it fully. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. You have felt out of place in your own family because you carry the wisdom of a man misunderstood. But don't let that isolate you, let it elevate you. Soon, the truth will be undeniable. People who once ignored your words will chase your voice. And they'll wonder how you knew so much before it was revealed. You didn't guess. You were guided. You were touched by the hand. An ancestor who saw the future and called you into it before you were born. A letter from years ago will resurface. That letter will carry a message encrypted in pain, but wrapped in purpose. It will heal something that's still raw. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. You are walking into a season of recognition. But it won't be loud at first, it'll begin quietly. Small signs, soft whispers, subtle reminders of who he was, and who you're becoming. The blessing is already forming around you. The path is already being laid. You don't need to chase it, you just need to walk in sync with it. This is more than just favor. This is redemption. This is the divine unraveling of injustice that tried to bury truth beneath silence. There is one more person, someone he trusted. that person is still alive. Their silence will break, and their confession will unlock more than you ever expected. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You'll be surprised by who suddenly wants to help you. They may say it's random, but it's not. Their soul is responding to an assignment given from beyond. You will inherit his mantle, not the coat he wore, but the authority he walked in. You will carry his strength, his protection, and the wisdom he was forced to hide. He didn't die with regret. He died with hope that you would finish what he could not. And now, heaven is watching you take the first steps toward completion. The winds are shifting. The pressure will feel intense. But it's not an attack, it's the sign of a blessing landing in your lap. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. Someone will soon say, "I've never told anyone this before." That's your cue to listen with your soul. The missing piece is hidden in that sentence. A document will appear, possibly through a lawyer, a friend, or even a stranger. It will confirm what your heart already knew. You were never forgotten. You were chosen. Protected. Carried. Covered. Your grandfather didn't just leave you a blessing. He became the blessing that now walks beside you in unseen ways. Archangel Michael says, stay aligned. Don't fight this moment. Receive it with open hands, steady feet, and a quiet spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. You are about to feel a shift in how you see yourself. You're not just in the family, you carry the family. You're the thread that ties heaven to the bloodline. The stories that were whispered about him, soon, the truth will reverse them. And you will stand in the middle of a miracle born from time, truth, and faith. Let your spirit be still. Let your eyes be sharp. Let your feet be ready. This next chapter is sacred, and you are prepared for it. The blessing isn't arriving, it has already arrived. And now it's unfolding, one revelation at a time. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. A doorway is opening that cannot be shut. It is not physical, but spiritual. And once you step through it, your understanding of who you are, and what you were born to receive, will never be the same. The blessing your grandfather left for you has been delayed, but never denied. It has been hovering above your life like a cloud of favor, waiting for the moment you were strong enough to carry it. That moment is now. Your enemies may laugh, scoff, or try to distract you. But they cannot touch what God has sealed with divine intention. They are watching the rise of someone they once overlooked. You will soon hear someone mention an old town, a piece of land, or a location that seems irrelevant to them, but it will ring deep inside your soul like thunder. Follow that nudge. It's the beginning of the path. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. There is an elderly voice that's about to confess something they held for decades. It might come with hesitation or a trembling tone. But that voice is the one your grandfather whispered into before his departure. There's a promise made in silence that's finally being unlocked by truth. You were never excluded, you were simply being preserved. To protect the weight of this revelation, timing had to be perfect. You might even receive something wrapped in cloth or sealed with wax, something that carries an energy no one else can understand. That object will pulse with purpose when it touches your hands. Everything that felt uncertain will suddenly begin to make sense. Like puzzle pieces falling into place. You won't just understand the blessing, you'll remember it. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. A spiritual signature has been marked upon your forehead. Though no one can see it, the realm of the Spirit knows it well. And it acts as a magnet for divine justice. You've felt the pull. The strange energy that wraps around you some nights. It is not fear, it is inheritance calling from the other side. The reason you've had unusual dreams lately is because your grandfather has been trying to send you messages through the realm of sleep. These are not just dreams. They are messages coded in vision. There was a chair he sat in often, a place he returned to in silence. That place holds memory. That place holds transmission. It is sacred now because it knew his weight. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Soon, you will notice someone treating you differently, more respectfully, more cautiously. That person has sensed something in you, a shift in authority. What they feel is not fear, it is recognition. The same person who once disrespected your voice will begin to echo your words. And you will know that the mantle has shifted, and the blessing has landed. You do not need to prove your connection. Heaven has already verified it. The light around you is not new, it's just finally visible. There's a room that hasn't been entered in years. Someone in your family has avoided it out of fear or shame. You will walk into that room and feel your spirit respond. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. What they didn't want you to know was that your grandfather made preparations. He left messages, signs, confirmations hidden in plain sight. You just weren't ready to see them before. But now, your vision is clearing. Your ears are opening. And your spirit is fully engaged with the truth rising from the shadows. He once said, "One day, someone will understand me." That day is now. You are the one. You'll begin to sense when you're near certain people if their energy aligns with truth, or if they carry fragments of betrayal. This is a gift, not a burden. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. You will uncover a notebook, a signature, or a date that makes your entire body react. Don't run from that moment. Embrace it. It's not a coincidence, it's confirmation. Someone will deny what you're discovering. They'll try to twist it. But do not let their fear or guilt confuse you. What's meant for you has already been sealed by heaven. Archangel Michael says, "No curse, no trick, no enemy will be able to stop what's unfolding." You are walking in grace beyond human understanding. A lost treasure is about to reappear, an item you thought was long gone. It holds spiritual power. Your grandfather's blessing was embedded within it for this moment. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. You are being watched, not just by people, but by divine forces guarding your steps. Your grandfather prayed angels around you. And those angels are active now. That's why doors that were closed are creaking open. Why people who once dismissed you are now reaching out. Why opportunities are appearing out of nowhere. It is your spiritual season of inheritance. Your body may feel tired, but your soul is alive. And your spirit is receiving what was once delayed. This is not just a restoration, it's a reversal. What was taken from him will now be multiplied through you. What was broken will be made whole again. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. You are now walking the path of the chosen. Every step you take is backed by 100 prayers whispered by a man who knew the world wouldn't understand him. But you do. You feel his strength when you need it most. And now, it's not just a feeling, it's becoming action, provision, and divine confirmation. Soon, someone will mention a birthday, a specific date, or an anniversary, and your spirit will know it matters. Follow the signs. Heaven is not being quiet anymore. Something about your reflection will change. Not your appearance, but your glow. Because when divine inheritance reaches your spirit, it shows on your face. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. This is not imagination. This is spiritual reality colliding with your physical life. That's why you feel the pull, the restlessness, the anticipation. The energy of your grandfather has never left. He has simply waited. And now, he's walking beside you in unseen ways to finish what he began. You will feel moments of emotion that seem to come from nowhere. Let them flow. Your tears are cleansing ancestral pain and making room for holy purpose. You are restoring not just a name, but a spiritual promise. And heaven is clapping silently, waiting for you to open your hands and say, I'm ready. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. You will not miss this. Even if you take a wrong turn, you'll be redirected. Even if you hesitate, heaven will push you gently. The blessing cannot go to anyone else. You were marked for this. Before time knew your name, the stars did. And they've been waiting for your rise like a prophecy now being fulfilled. Someone from your past will return to admit they always saw something in you, but never understood what it was. That's because what they saw wasn't for them to understand. Your silence has been your strength. But now, your voice will carry. And every word you speak will echo like a trumpet through your bloodline. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. Soon, the words, "He left this for you," will be spoken. Whether in a letter, a message, or a legal document, it will land in your lap like lightning from heaven. Do not be afraid of what's being uncovered. It's not a burden, it's a blessing. Even if it looks like responsibility, it comes with supernatural help. The timing of this message is not accidental. You were guided to it. It is confirmation, preparation, and instruction all wrapped into one divine scroll. Everything that's coming is not just about your success, it's about your family's healing, your grandfather's redemption, and the truth finally being set free. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. You are the prophecy he whispered into existence. And now, your feet are walking on paths paved by prayers you never heard, but were always protected by. Do not doubt yourself anymore. The signs are clear. The blessing is here. The shift is real. Stand tall. Speak gently. Move wisely. You are the embodiment of a legacy that refused to die, even in silence. You are not just a part of history. You are a bridge between what was hidden and what will now be celebrated forever. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. A clock that once hung in your grandfather's house, or a sound from an old radio, may suddenly replay in your environment. Don't overlook it, it's a coded reminder from the spirit realm. You are inside a divine memory loop now. You might even catch a familiar scent out of nowhere, his cologne, tobacco, wood polish, old books. These aren't hallucinations. They are supernatural signals of closeness, signs that your soul is syncing with his blessing. Even animals might behave differently around you. Dogs might stare longer. Birds may chirp louder. That's because nature recognizes when a spiritual authority is awakening inside a bloodline. Someone will say your grandfather's name with new respect soon. They will speak of him not as someone who was lost, but someone whose story is being resurrected, and you are the reason why. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. Your ancestors are not watching in sadness, they are watching in awe. They know what it cost for you to reach this moment. The battles, the isolation, the waiting, and still, you rose. You are the first in your generation to say yes, without even knowing what you were agreeing to. That willingness is what unlocked the next chapter. There's something that has always felt different about you. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to inherit, to repair, to lead. You may have felt disconnected from your family for years. But what you felt wasn't distance, it was destiny calling you to something higher than they could comprehend. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Your grandfather planted spiritual seeds in you before you were born. He asked heaven to choose one soul strong enough to carry the blessing. His prayer carved your path. The reason some people have resisted your growth is because your presence reminds them of what they ignored. You bring light to secrets they'd rather stay hidden. But you must not dim yourself for their comfort. You are not rising to boast, you are rising to break the cycle and build a future based in truth. A family argument that once made no sense will suddenly become crystal clear. The conflict wasn't about what it appeared, it was about blocking this blessing from reaching you. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. You were always watched more closely than the others. Not because you were weaker, but because you were the one carrying light. Some tried to dim it before you knew it was yours. An item of clothing, perhaps a coat, hat, or shirt of your grandfather's, will show up in an unexpected way. That item has more weight than cloth. It carries memory and mantle. The moment you hold it, you may feel tears rise from nowhere. That's because your spirit will finally be holding what it was waiting for all along. Your name is being whispered in heaven as the heir of something sacred. Not because of entitlement, but because of endurance, character, and chosen identity. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. You've walked through storms that would have broken others, but you didn't bend. That strength was inherited. That resilience was trained from generations past. You may not realize it now, but your financial situation is about to shift. Not because of luck, but because of divine inheritance aligning through spiritual doors. Expect surprise communication in the form of a phone call, a voice note, or a message from someone you haven't heard from in years. They hold a missing piece. What they say will change everything you thought you knew. And in that moment, your soul will rise like a flame that finally found its oxygen. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. You're going to feel a push soon. It will seem like a strong need to visit a place, look in a drawer, or make a call. That's your grandfather's spirit nudging you toward the next step. What was once lost will now be placed right in front of you. You won't need to search with desperation, you'll simply receive with readiness. A small argument may happen in your family as this blessing approaches. Do not engage emotionally. They are reacting to a change they cannot control but deeply feel. You are not obligated to explain your rise. The blessing is your birthright. Your silence and peace will speak louder than arguments ever could. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. There will be a moment where you feel your grandfather's presence so strongly it will stop you in your tracks. You may hear his name, his laugh, or even see him in a dream again. That's not imagination, it's divine visitation. He is showing you what's about to come. You will not walk into this season alone. An army of angels surrounds you. And your grandfather walks beside you unseen but deeply felt. Your eyes will begin to see beyond surface. You'll pick up on what's said without being spoken. You'll sense intentions, motives, and even spiritual assignments. This is the evidence that the blessing has landed. With favor comes insight. With insight comes discernment. And with discernment comes elevation. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. There may be papers, records, or something legal that once excluded you. But watch closely, it's about to be reversed. A signature, a detail, a loophole will make room for your name. The person who tried to keep the blessing hidden will now be faced with truth. Not because of revenge, but because of divine timing. You are the voice of restoration. The face of legacy. The continuation of a spiritual line that never broke, it only waited. Now that you're aware, the blessing will find its way without force. It's magnetized to your spirit. You are the final receiver in a spiritual relay passed down over generations. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. Your grandfather left you more than people realize. They thought it was just memory. But he left access, codes, favor, covering, and most of all, his blessing in the spirit. Your life is about to become a testimony. From unnoticed to undeniable. From forgotten to favored. People will wonder why everything is opening for you suddenly. They won't know it's because a silent contract was sealed between your grandfather and heaven long ago. The time for waiting is over. The gate is open. The light is green. Walk boldly, because what's yours cannot be stolen anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. Let your heart prepare. Let your hands open. Let your mind be still. What's coming is not random, it's divine order. You are the blessing your grandfather dreamed of. You are the reward for his silence. You are the voice rising where his was once silenced. He smiles now, not in sadness, but in pride. You made it. You reached the moment he longed to see, and now he watches you from eternity, clapping in joy. His blessing is no longer hidden. It is now being revealed through you. Type Amen to get blessing 3737.